There we go. Hi, guys. We're live, 7 o'clock. Well, a little bit later, but hey, technical difficulties. Tonight, we're going to have an interview with a friend of mine who we were at convention with, Janet Berquist. And Janet has a really great story, and we thought we would love to share it with you. The disclaimer across the bottom, the company will make me take the video down if I don't have that. So that's for you guys to understand that this is a program that the government does regulate, and that's what they say you lose, but we can prove otherwise. So let me bring Janet in, and we'll get this going. I'll tell you a little bit at Janet once I get her on screen here. Okay. There is Janet. Hi, Janet.
Hi there, Mark. How's it going?
Going well, going well. So, guys, Janet is an equestrian, and she lives in Tennessee. And she started our program how long ago, Janet?
2 years ago. May this year was 2 years back. Yep.
All right, cool. All right, so I know your story for the most part, other than like some of the minor details. But why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what led up to you finding our program?
Absolutely. So, yep, my name is Janet Berquist, and my health journey story, not that I thought it was a health journey story to start off with, my weight problem story started some years back. Weight was creeping up, after all the children and after you've done all these good things. I was gaining weight. I was living in Colorado and had moved to Tennessee and had never met the wonderful South, who loves to feed you. They enjoy showing their love by giving you food. I'd never met people like that. I'm from South Africa. Anyway, so I obliged. I was a good neighbor. I ate all the food that everybody was providing, whether they left cookies on my doorstep or whether they invited me to breakfast on the porch or happy hour or a buffet. I ate and ate and ate. I was really very obliging. And 25 pounds were added on to my already being overweight. And I decided one day, I was battling to get on and off my horses. We are avid trail riders. And I used to have the cutest pair of denim riding pants that I used to love wearing. And I knew that they would be tight on me, but I thought, let me try these on. And because I'd gone over to the stretchy ones, which seem to stretch with you and keep you in denial. And I tried these riding pants on, and I thought I'd see how far the button was from the hole on my waist. Well, lo and behold, I couldn't even get it over my knees. I couldn't get it past my knees. And I was like, horrified, just like, this is not who I am. This is not what I want to be. My poor horse, my poor me. And soon after that, I bumped into a girlfriend, another rider who I hadn't seen for 6 weeks. And there was a visible difference between her weight. And I said, I don't know what you're doing. I don't care what you're doing. I want to do it. And she hooked me up with her coach, and I got onto the program with the explicit idea of losing 25 pounds. And my coach had told me, oh yeah, that's possible. And I thought, you don't know me. I'm a grazer. Just like horses love grazing all day, I loved grazing all day. I would, on the trails, I would ride behind people so that I could be eating. I had food stashed on my saddle, and I would just be eating that. And anyway, so I got onto the program. I thought I was going to die because it just looked like everything was like this big, or I just thought, I'm not going to be able to survive on this. I'm going to be hungry. And I was so pleasantly surprised. I was not hungry. I obviously did not die, much to my surprise.
You're here.
So. I'm here. And the weight just came off, and I lost the 25 pounds it was just over 2 months. And I went, I don't want to stop this. And so I carried on. And it was just the easiest, most convenient thing to do. I was able to come off some medications. I was able to come off my CPAP machine, all with the help, obviously, of my doctor. Yeah. And my life changed. my life absolutely changed. My horses were really happy. I was able to dismount without having to slither down the side of my horse. My husband noted that I was walking up straighter. I could walk upstairs. He said, "You're even walking faster." I mean, it's amazing. I took a picture of myself holding a bag of horse grain that weighed 50 pounds. I could barely pick it up. And I went, that is what I was carrying on my body.
Right.
And anyway, so when I had lost the 50 pounds after 5 months, my husband said, "It's time to stop." He says, I was now my high school weight, and I'm 61 years old. And I'd gone down to my high school weight, and it was the easiest thing for me. And I decided to stop, and I was fearful that I would gain the weight back, but it's just been over 2 years now, and I've maintained, and my life has changed. And because my life changed, I wanted to share it with others. So that is my story.
And that's an incredible. Why is my mic doing that? All right, so you know what? I think one of the things that is so special about this is the shift that we go through during the process. I mean, we lose the weight. We know that's going to happen.
Right.
What was that big shift for you mentally that made you know that, like, looking back is not going to happen?
It was how I thought of myself, what I thought of myself. Truly, it changed so much in my life. The scale was, in the end, was the minor thing. It was how I was thinking about myself. You see, I had to say, this is who I am. I'm worthy of this. I can. It was a total, even my husband noticed, I was able to deal with things differently. I was able to take drama. I was no longer a negative person, because in reality, I was always negative, always whining, always complaining. I was in some kind of pain, I had a lot of arthritis and so on. That all changed. My mind changed. I got into the books, and I got into personal growth. And I realized how critical personal growth is. Without you desiring to change how your mind works and thinks, and how you think about yourself, do you really love yourself? Or do you really accept yourself? Do you know who you are? And that was massive to me, because it was from that I'm here today.
True. Why is it? You said something about loving yourself, and I know that probably one of the hardest things for people to accept is self-love. So do you think you could, because I know you've been doing a little work on yourself as much as I have, can you kind of explain to people why that's okay to love yourself and what's important about that?
Right. Why it's okay to love yourself is to realize you are valuable. You see, if you don't value yourself, you're not going to love yourself. So your mind has to change, and you have to find value in yourself. You have to realize that there are people who need you. Your family needs you. Friends need you. You need to be here on this earth. You have got a purpose to be on this earth. I have this example of life being like a, I don't know if I mentioned this to you the other day, but have you ever thought of or looked at somebody on a loom, sitting working? Did I tell you the story, Mike?
No, you didn't. Go ahead.
Okay, so if you watch somebody sitting on a loom, I mean, it's fascinating. They're sitting there and they've got strands and everything, and as they're working that loom on a rug, for example, the pattern suddenly starts appearing, and it's beautiful, and that pattern's perfect. Well, that plan, I myself am a Christian. And one of my favorite scriptures is Jeremiah 29:11, which says, I have a plan for you, and it is a good plan, and it's planned to prosper you and to bring you good stuff. So the word plan there is the same word they use for somebody on a loom, and that is a design and a plan. So God has this design and this plan for my life that I know nothing about. I don't know what's happening, but all these strands are coming together to form a beautiful pattern. And I'm the observer of that pattern coming out in this magnificent rug. So I love myself as I am. Those obstacles become the way of that rug looking beautiful. Those good times, those bad times, everything is utilized and used for beauty. And therefore I am worthy, and I'm worth it, and I'm worth the loving myself.
So now, here's a big question. What's next?
What's next is staying. You will become stagnant if I don't continue. And to me, there is no start and stop. This was a beginning of a journey. And so this journey just gets more adventurous. So to me, I wanted to share it out. So obviously I wanted to share it with other people, but it's easy to share the weight loss phase with people. People seem to get that. It's the phase of this that's the big part that people really have to come to love and know. That's my next thing. I really want to help people understand how important it is to love yourself enough to be able to do the things that you do, because someone needs you, somebody loves you, and you've got amazing talents that can be utilized.
Awesome. So I think maybe the best way to finish this up would be to all those people that are going to watch this later, or people who are watching it live now. I see one person like to thank you, whoever that was. I'll look at it later. What would you tell them about the potential and the possibilities of what we've gone through?
They are endless. Not only, as I said, I truly believe that I am a spirit, I have a soul, and I live in a body. And when you look at, to me, when I look at those three areas, I know my body is temporal, but I want to have it optimal to the maximum that I can. My mind and my emotions are part of my soul that I need to work on all the time. And if I can learn to draw from my spirit, which is worthy, which is the perfect being that God has put within me, I will be able to touch other people's lives. So to me, I become a vessel, a through vessel. So what I've experienced, I want other people to experience. So this is just a journey, and I want to be a piece of the puzzle in someone else's life. Life is very intentional. There are no accidents. There are no mistakes. Everything is very, very intentional. So we just got to look at it and go, there's a reason for this. There's something good from this. This is part of my rug. It looks beautiful. So that's my journey. I want my journey to impact other people so I can love them and watch their journey and help them find their talents and help them find their best optimal self.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? Thanks, Janet, for jumping on. I appreciate it. And thank you for sharing your story with everybody out there. I think it's a good one. It really is, that. And it was great hanging out with you at convention. And
I know, I loved it. And I miss your beautiful lady who's helping me.
Well, hold on for a second. Hon, can you come over here and say hi?
Oh, sure.
I want to say hi to you, Joan. Joan was my guide at our convention. I have the ability to get lost in a crowd, and Joan was the most amazing lady for me. Hi, my darling. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm surviving without you. I don't know how, but I just make it without you.
Well, I miss you, and it was so great meeting you in person finally.
Thank you. I love you guys.
Yes, we love you too. And that's another great thing about this whole community. We are family, and we don't just say that. I mean, we truly are.
Amen. Oh, absolutely. You're stuck now.
Yes, you are too.
We just got to figure out how far away you are now. Stop. All right. All right, Janet, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'll talk to you soon.
Have a great evening. Thanks, Ed. Bye. Bye.
Every time we're on Zoom, you're a pain.
How about that? All right, guys. I want to sign off. I think I'll leave that right where it is. Have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.